We are talking about linear word problems, and we want to be able to identify the rate of change in the word problem. So if we can identify the rate of change, we'll be able to identify 2 units, and that will tell us what our y variable is and what our x variable is. And that'll help us write our equation in y equals mx plus b form. A taxi cab charges $12 fee plus 25 cents a mile. Write the equation for the price of using the taxi cab and find how much it costs to go 12 miles. So the first thing is we want to identify where the 2 units are. So we have a number here, $12. So $12, that only has 1 unit on it. Okay, so that's not the rate of change. Now we have 25 cents a mile. So here we have 2 units. We have cents and a mile. So the part right there shows us division. So that tells us our fraction right off the bat. So our m is going to be equal to 0.25. And then I'm just going to write it this way just to illustrate it. But we're going to go money or dollars per mile. So those are the 2 units that we have. Now, if we identify the units right away, this is going to tell us that our y variable has the units of money and our x variable has the units of miles. So right now, we should be able to come up with a pretty good equation. So we have y equals mx plus b. So right now we know that our m, we found out, was the one that has 2 units on it, or the rate of change. So we can substitute that in. So we have 0.25. The y and the x are always going to stay there in our equation until we're ready to solve. So we're going to leave those. So we're going to say y equals the slope times x. And then we got to decide where the starting point is. So where does this start from? A taxi cab charges $12 fee. So right off the bat, at the beginning, he's going to charge a $12 fee. So just for opening the door and getting inside, and as soon as he hits on the gas, it's going to be a $12 fee. So then we're going to add 12. So now that we have our equation written out, we can substitute those values in, and we can figure out what the question asks. So we have the equation written. Write an equation for the price using the taxi cab and find how much it costs to go 12 miles. So we have the equation, and now we have 12 miles. Well, which one, based off of our slope here, where should 12 go in for, which variable? And in this case, the miles goes with our x variable. So that's going to be 12 miles. That's going to be our x variable. So we're going to substitute 12 in for x to figure out what y is. So we have y equals 0.25. And then our x variable in this case is going to be 12. And then our starting fee is also 12. So we go ahead and do that math. And 12 times 0.25, that's going to give us 3. So that's equal to 3 plus 12. So that is equal to $15. So when we look to what our values are, we found out that m is equal to 25 cents dollars per mile. We knew that the units for the x variable were miles. The units for the y variable, the units were dollars. And the b value or the starting value was $12. And as a check, our Y units and our B units should be the same, which they are. So for this one, it will charge $15 to go 12 miles.